For the inaugural, may I request Mr. Lakshminarayanan, Vice Chairman, Cognizant Technology Solutions and Chairman of ICTACT to deliver the welcome address and set the context for the whole day proceedings.
Thank you, Purushottam, and good morning, everyone. I think you've already had an overdose of me as part of the video, so I'll try and make it as brief as possible. It's indeed a great pleasure for me to be here at the inaugural session of this Bridge program, the first of the Bridge programs that we do every year. 2012 is the first program. We are greatly honored to have some distinguished guests who will share their ideas and thought with us. We have Mr. Kiran Karnik, the past chairman, past president of NASSCOM with us today. He is someone who has sculpted this industry. He has recently written a book about the IT industry and NASSCOM that was published only last week at the NASSCOM Leadership Forum. I would encourage as many of you as possible to read that book. It talks about, the theme of the book is compete and cooperate, which is something that the IT industry has embraced, and you will see many other companies competing at the same time, collaborating. We welcome Kiran Karnik on behalf of all of you here. We also have with us Mr. Ramesh Kumar Khanna, IAS. He is the Principal Secretary of Information Technology, Government of Tamil Nadu. He is holding additional charge of the information technology industry, but he devotes a lot of time to the IT industry. He's got a relatively easier job, which is managing the power industry. So, two very, very light crowns that he is wearing. Happy to have him here. He's also been very busy the last few days with the budget session. We hope that he'll spend sufficient time with us. Mr. Atul Anand, Managing Director of ELCOT is here. Mr. Onkar Rai, Director General of STPI is here with us. He's going to share some of his thoughts. Industry leaders like Ganesh Lakshminarayanan here, Cummins, especially from Bangalore. He runs Dell in India. He has a significant stake in the state of Tamil Nadu. He runs the manufacturing plant here that has the capacity to produce 2 million units, a very, very large facility. And Dell is looking at opportunities to continue to invest in India, both on the manufacturing side as well as expanding the services side. Jairam Krishnan from TCS, all of you are very familiar with. He has done more to ICT Academy than anyone else. His company has contributed far more to ICT Academy than anyone else. I'm extremely happy to welcome him. And I'm also happy to see many of the familiar faces here that I've interacted with from colleges from the past. Welcome to this today's session, which promises to be an extremely interesting session. I think the initial part of the video, there's a lot of talk about being relevant to the industry, producing talent capability that is required by the industry, etc. Now the same tune is being played to the industry. The industry, the IT industry, in the eyes of many people, is not really relevant to today's context. I'll give you one example. There is Ram Shriram. Some of you may be familiar with him, a person of Indian origin who is operating in the West Coast. He's created a number of companies, sold them during the dot-com era, and he was one of the first investors in Google. When the idea was brought to him, he was the one who encouraged initially the promoters of Google, invested as an angel investor, because of which he is a billionaire now, because of his investment in Google. And since then, he has been at the leading edge of technology. And one of the things that he finds, he has several incubated companies. He has supported literally dozens of entrepreneurs here in India. His challenge is, he says, I'm not able to get people or developers who can develop applications and software and platform for today's world. For the interconnected world, people with expertise in mobility, people who have expertise in large data management and analytics, we're not there. And in one of the sessions that I was with him, he blamed me. He said, people like Lakshminarayanan who are part of this outsourcing industry are taking away all the talent to do enterprise applications, whereas the new game is not so much in enterprises, but in consumer-related applications. The message that he gave us was, if in the last 10 years you have been developing applications for the web, browser-based applications, move away and develop apps that are going to run not on laptops and desktops, but that are going to run on smart devices and smartphones. And that makes sense. There are far more smartphones or those type of devices in the world today than laptops and computers. And that number is expected to increase because it reaches almost every individual in the world. And those individuals understand connectivity, understand communication, understand simple apps or applications. If they want to look at what is available in the neighborhood, they want to look at a very specific application, not go into the net and browse. They want to look at a bus timetable, which is a small application that one of the students in the engineering colleges here in Tamil Nadu developed. Bus schedule on some routes of MTC. It's a downloadable application that's available. You can just download it in the smart device, and hundreds and thousands of people can use it immediately because it's relatively static. And even if the data changes, there are mechanisms whereby it can remain current. It's those type of applications that are being developed. For every single enterprise application that is being touched today, I believe there are 1,100 individual apps that are being created. It could be games, it could be training modules, it could be genuine applications, etc., etc. So the world is moving increasingly towards that. We at the industry are trying to play a catch-up game. If we are playing a catch-up game, we do not want the academic institutions, the students to be left behind. We want them to work with us together so that both of us can catch up and meet the future needs. And that's where the Bridge program comes in handy, where in the rest of the day you will have a lot of people from the industry sharing their thoughts, their challenges, where the industry is headed, and encourage a lot more entrepreneurship on the part of both the teachers and the students to develop these type of applications, whether it's gaming applications or anything that makes life easy. And that type of an entrepreneurial activity, once it starts in colleges, can blossom into something substantial as the people enter the industry. With that, let me welcome all of you, and I hope you have a fantastic full day session today. Thank you very much.